Africa, a continent of immense diversity, is a land of contrasts and wonders, from its vast deserts to its lush rainforests, from its towering mountains to its sprawling savannas. Africa is a place where nature's grandeur is on full display. But beneath this beauty, a remarkable transformation is taking place. A great rift is splitting the land, a slow-motion drama that has been unfolding over millions of years. This is the East African Rift System, or EARS, a colossal geological feature that is reshaping the continent. Stretching over thousands of kilometers, it is a testament to the Earth's dynamic nature. This enormous crack stretches thousands of kilometers, cutting through Ethiopia, Kenya, and other countries in eastern Africa. It is a visible reminder of the powerful forces at work beneath our feet. The rift is not just a geological curiosity, it is a window into the Earth's powerful forces. It reveals how continents can break apart and how new oceans can form, offering a glimpse into the planet's ever-changing nature. The East African Rift is a place of dramatic landscapes where towering volcanoes rise from the valley floor and deep lakes fill the depressions created by the shifting Earth. These landscapes are not just visually stunning, they are also scientifically significant. The rift provides valuable insights into the processes that shape our planet, from the movement of tectonic plates to the formation of new geological features. The East African Rift is also a place of great historical and cultural importance. This region is a cradle of humanity, where our earliest ancestors took their first steps. Archaeological sites in the Rift Valley have yielded some of the oldest human fossils ever discovered, providing a window into our distant past. Today, the East African Rift continues to be a place of discovery and wonder. Scientists and researchers from around the world come here to study its unique features and to learn more about the forces that shape our planet. As we look to the future, the East African Rift stands as a reminder of the Earth's incredible power and the ongoing story of our planet's evolution. It is a place where the past, present, and future converge, offering endless opportunities for exploration and discovery. Now it is the stage for a new chapter in Earth's history, a chapter that continues to unfold with each passing day. The Earth's surface is not one solid piece, it is broken into massive slabs called tectonic plates. These plates are in constant motion, although very slowly. They drift apart, collide, and grind against each other. This movement is what shapes our planet's surface. It creates mountains, volcanoes, and earthquakes. In eastern Africa, 3 tectonic plates are pulling away from each other: the Nubian, Somali, and Arabian plates. The Nubian plate forms most of Africa. The Somali plate carries the Horn of Africa to the east. The Arabian plate lies to the north across the Red Sea. The separation of these plates is what is causing the African continent to split. The effects of the splitting are becoming increasingly visible. In 2005, a dramatic event occurred in Ethiopia. A massive crack 35 miles long opened up in the desert. This fissure was caused by the movement of magma beneath the surface. It is a stark reminder that the Earth is alive and constantly changing. Just a few years later, in 2018, another significant event took place. A large crack, 50 feet deep and 65 feet wide, appeared in Kenya. This crack split a major road in two, causing significant disruption. It was a stark reminder of the power of the forces at work beneath our feet. Scientists initially believed that the complete separation of Africa would take tens of millions of years. However, recent research suggests that the process may be happening much faster than previously thought. New estimates suggest that a complete split could occur in as little as 1 to 20 million years. This accelerated timeline is due to the powerful forces driving the split. The movement of magma beneath the surface is particularly significant. As magma rises, it pushes the plates apart, widening the rift. This process is happening at a faster rate than previously estimated. Section 5. A new ocean emerges, reshaping the map. As the African continent continues to split, a new ocean will form. This new body of water will flood the Rift Valley, creating a sea where land once existed. The easternmost part of Africa, the Horn of Africa, will eventually break away. It will become a large island, separated from the mainland by the newly formed ocean. This dramatic reshaping of the map will have profound consequences. Countries like Ethiopia, Kenya, and Tanzania will have new coastlines. Landlocked countries like Uganda and Zambia will eventually gain access to the sea. These changes will bring both opportunities and challenges. Section 6. The Forces of Change. How the Split Happens. The splitting of Africa is driven by a combination of geological processes. This phenomenon, known as rifting, is a complex interplay of forces that reshape the Earth's surface over millions of years. The East African Rift is one of the most prominent examples of this process in action, showcasing the dynamic nature of our planet. One of the most important factors is the rising magma from deep within the Earth. This molten rock, or magma, originates from the mantle and makes its way towards the surface. As it ascends, it exerts immense pressure on the overlying crust, causing it to bulge and eventually crack. This magma pushes the tectonic plates apart, creating the Rift Valley. The East African Rift is a prime example of this, where the African plate is slowly being divided into two smaller plates, the Somali plate and the Nubian plate. This process is gradual, occurring at a rate of a few millimeters to centimeters per year. As the plates move apart, the crust thins and stretches, making it more susceptible to cracking and faulting. These faults are essentially fractures in the Earth's crust where significant movement has occurred. Over time, these faults can develop into large valleys and basins, further altering the landscape. Water also plays a role in the splitting process. Rainwater and rivers can flow into these rift valleys, accelerating erosion and deepening the valleys. This erosion not only shapes the landscape but also influences the geological activity beneath the surface. As the rift valley deepens, it may eventually drop below sea level. When this occurs, the dynamics of the region change dramatically. The influx of seawater can transform the rift into a new marine environment, altering both the geological and ecological characteristics of the area. When this happens, seawater will flood the valley, creating a narrow sea. This new body of water can further influence the geological processes at play, as the weight of the water exerts additional pressure on the crust. The weight of the water will further weaken the crust, accelerating the splitting process. This continuous cycle of geological activity, erosion, and water influx ensures that the landscape remains in a state of constant change, highlighting the ever-evolving nature of our planet. Section 7. A continent transformed, impacts of the split. The splitting of Africa will have a profound impact on the continent's environment and its people. This monumental geological event will reshape the very fabric of the land, creating new geographical features and altering existing ones. The East African Rift Valley, a dramatic landscape that stretches across several countries, will become a focal point of these changes. As tectonic plates continue to move, the rift will widen, eventually leading to the formation of a new ocean. This process, though slow, will have far-reaching consequences for the environment and the communities that inhabit these regions. The formation of a new ocean will create new ecosystems and alter existing ones. Marine life will have to adapt to these new conditions, leading to the emergence of new species and the possible extinction of others. The underwater landscapes will transform, with coral reefs and other marine habitats evolving in response to the changing environment. This will not only affect the biodiversity of the region, but also the livelihoods of those who depend on the ocean for their sustenance. Coastal regions will experience changes in sea level, tides, and currents. These changes will have a significant impact on coastal communities, who will need to adapt to the new conditions. The rising sea levels may lead to the displacement of populations as well as the loss of arable land. Coastal erosion and increased flooding will become more common, posing challenges for infrastructure and housing. However, these changes will also create new opportunities for development and innovation in coastal management. The climate of East Africa is also likely to be affected, with potential changes in rainfall patterns and temperatures. These climatic shifts could lead to more extreme weather events, such as droughts and floods, which would have a profound impact on agriculture and water resources. Farmers may need to adopt new practices to cope with these changes, and there could be a shift in the types of crops that can be grown in the region. The changing climate will also affect the natural ecosystems, potentially leading to shifts in vegetation and wildlife populations. The human impact of the split will also be significant. The displacement of communities, changes in agricultural practices, and the need to adapt to new coastlines will present both challenges and opportunities. People living in these regions will need to be resilient and adaptable, finding new ways to sustain their livelihoods and communities. This may involve the development of new technologies and practices, as well as increased cooperation and support from the international community. The need to adapt to new coastlines will present both challenges and opportunities. Coastal adaptation efforts will be crucial in mitigating the impacts of rising sea levels and changing tides. Innovative agricultural practices will be necessary to ensure food security in the face of changing climatic conditions. Communities will need to work together to develop sustainable solutions that can withstand the test of time. This period of transformation will be a test of human ingenuity and resilience. Understanding the long-term consequences of this geological event is crucial for planning for the future. Scientists and researchers will play a key role in monitoring these changes and developing strategies to mitigate their impacts. By studying the geological, environmental, and social aspects of the split, we can gain valuable insights into how to best support the affected communities and protect the natural environment. This knowledge will be essential in ensuring a sustainable and prosperous future for the region. Section 8. Eyes on the Rift. Monitoring the Divide. Scientists are closely monitoring the East African Rift using a variety of techniques. GPS stations placed along the rift measure the slow but steady movement of the tectonic plates. Satellite imagery helps track the widening of the rift and the formation of new cracks and fissures. These observations provide valuable data for understanding the dynamics of the splitting process. By studying the East African Rift, scientists hope to gain a better understanding of how continents break apart and how new oceans form. This knowledge is essential for predicting future geological events and mitigating their potential impacts. Section 9. A Planet in Motion. The Story of Continents. The splitting of Africa is just the latest chapter in a long history of continental drift. Throughout Earth's history, continents have broken apart and collided, continuously reshaping the planet's surface. The formation of the Atlantic Ocean, for example, was the result of the breakup of the supercontinent Pangaea millions of years ago. The East African Rift reminds us that our planet is a dynamic and ever-changing system. The forces that are splitting Africa today will continue to shape our world for millions of years to come.